What's going on, Knicks fans? Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. And first off, we're going to kick it off with the latest Russell Westbrook trade rumors. Those have been popping up all season long, and we're going to break them down in today's show because we have a new report. And then we're going to touch on a deep dive of Obi Toppin and how well he's been playing since Julius Randle was knocked out of the starting lineup and out for the year because of that sore quad, and Obi just taking care of those minutes, creating an opportunity for himself. But I want to remind you guys to subscribe because we got free daily videos around the latest Knicks news, rumors, trade rumors. The offseason just around the corner, and our draft coverage and free agency coverage is going to be on fire. So go down right now and hit that big red button. And then at the end of the show, if you hate Kevin Durant, make sure you stick around because we're going to be giving shout-outs for everybody that hates Kevin Durant at the end of the video. And I can't wait to talk about him because he has been absolutely killing the Knicks throughout his NBA career. He's 20-3 against the Knicks, so we got to touch on Kevin Durant. But first, Russell Westbrook, and the latest report from our guys over at Bleacher Report, and they actually this time said the Knicks don't view Russell Westbrook as a trade target. Throughout the year, there was endless articles from Bleacher Report that the Knicks want to go and trade for Russell Westbrook, that they're targeting him in a trade, maybe a Russell Westbrook for Julius Randle swap. The money doesn't really make all that much sense because Julius only makes about $27 million this year. It goes up next year, and Russell Westbrook, he has a player option for $47 million for next season. I don't think Russell Westbrook is going to decline that. And just everything that transpired with Westbrook and the Lakers, it was a disaster this year. And I don't anticipate Westbrook being on the Lakers next year. So Westbrook trade rumors are going to continue to pop up. And if they surround the Knicks, we'll continue to break them down on this channel. But Bleacher Report, in the article today about Russell Westbrook, said this. They said, while the New York Knicks may look to make some changes after their disappointing season, the buzz is they don't view Westbrook as a trade target. And hallelujah, the Knicks, no way, shape, or form, I don't care what happens, should not pursue Russell Westbrook in a trade. He's someone that has just proven he's not a winning player. He knows how to stuff a stat sheet better than anybody in NBA history, but he has proven time and time again he doesn't play a winning brand or style of basketball. I want to get you all, though, involved early on in today's show. Get down in the comment section, Knicks fans, and be active for me. Should the Knicks trade for Russell Westbrook? I think, it's an idea that some people have talked about and it makes sense. I don't really feel that way. I'll continue to expand on my thoughts in a second, but answer this one for me. Well, should the Knicks trade for Westbrook? Type T for trade, or you can go down and type P for pass. In my opinion, and a lot of other Knicks fans' opinion, is to avoid Westbrook at all costs. The fact that he has a $47 million price tag for the 2022 and 2023 season is way too high. He's on the back half of his NBA career. And I think this is extremely fascinating. Back in 2020, Russell Westbrook was an all-NBA player. And then just 2 years later, he has proven to be one of the least efficient, most turnover-prone, and worst players in the National Basketball Association. I mean, just in 2018 and 19, he averaged a triple-double, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, but he did shoot 29% from three, an area that Russell Westbrook has never been good at. And that's the way the NBA is going. If you can't hit shots from beyond the three-point arc, you're going to see yourself out of the league sooner than you would have liked. In 2019, he was a great player. 27 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, but those three-point percentage, as you see, continue to plummet. This past year, the worst year of his NBA career, 18 points, 7.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and shooting a brutal 29% from three-point land. We've also touched a lot on Julius Randle on this team and this channel and everything that's gone wrong throughout this season. Last year, he was a second-team All-NBA player, an All-NBA Most Improved winner. But I want to know what you have to say about this one. If you can only have one player on the Knicks next year, would you rather it be Russell Westbrook or Julius Randle? I think this is going to be a good conversation in the comments section, and let's embrace debate. I'll be down there chopping it up with you guys, so get down and let me know. Pick one. Type RW for Russell Westbrook, or if you want Julius back with the Knicks, go down and type JR. Story number 2 on today's show. There ain't no stopping Obi Toppin. It's science. When he gets minutes, he produces, and that's why he was the number 8 pick of the New York Knicks coming out of Dayton. He was great at Dayton, and we're finally starting to see the signs of the reasons and why he was selected in the NBA lottery by the New York Knicks. And the last 5 starts that he has taken place in when Julius Randle has gone out because of that quad injury, he's been amazing, averaging almost 19 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists per game. He's making 2 3-pointers a game in 35 minutes, less than a turnover per night. He's shooting 56% from the field, 42% from 3. I don't see that as a career-long number for Obi Toppin, but if he can get to 33 or 34%, this is someone that has all-star potential. And the thing I love about Obi is his shooting stroke is extremely clean, and he's shooting 83% from the free throw line. Anytime you have a big man like Obi Toppin that likes to get downhill, likes to attack the rim, and can make free throws in the clutch, that's a big plus that any head coach wants to have on their team. We're going to continue to talk about Obi Toppin and the potential of trading Julius Randle so Obi Toppin can be a starter on the Knicks next season. I think this is something that has to happen. We'll touch on that more in a quick second, but first, I want to let you guys know about this awesome deal we have going over. Shout out to our proud sponsor of today's show, Fanatics. They've got all types of different New York Knicks gear on sale. You just got to go to chatsports.com/Knicks sale. That's chatsports.com/Knicks sales. They've got hoodies. They've got zip-up jackets. They've got backpacks. They've got everything a Knicks fan would want to rock in the NBA offseason. So rock some Knicks gear. Look swaggy in the offseason. Just go to chatsports.com/Knicks sale to do so. The thing I love about Obi, as a young player that's had inconsistent minutes throughout his first 2 seasons of his NBA career, he is taking advantage of the opportunities that he's getting since Julius Randle has been taken out of the starting lineup and knocked out for the rest of the season. That's all you can ask a young player to do, is to stay ready for when your name is called. In the last 8 games, Obi Toppin is shooting a whopping 40% from 3. I love me some sloppy toppy. I know you do too. And if he's knocking down threes at a 40% clip, the sky and the ceiling is limitless for Obi. And he spoke to the media after this last night's game against the Nets, where he played really well again, and he expanded on why he's playing well. He said this: when you were in the game and have the opportunity to get the reps and mess up a couple of times and learn from those mess ups, I feel like that helps a lot. These past couple games, I'm starting to learn, and I'm getting a lot more minutes, and I'm starting to see little mistakes I'm doing, and I can easily fix those by learning. I wouldn't know what to fix if I wasn't put in those positions. So I feel like me having that opportunity is helping me a lot. And it's about damn time that Tom Thibodeau inserted Obi Toppin into the starting lineup, or giving him more than 20 minutes per night. Because as a young player that came into the NBA, as a raw prospect, he needed to learn from those mistakes, like he touched on. You don't get better by sitting on the sideline and watching. In no form of business, sport, or anything do you get better by watching other people do it. You got to go out there. You got to go out and take your lumps, and that's what Obi Toppin has done, and now he is producing. When he plays, he produces. It's wild. It's like if you give your first-round lottery pick minutes, he's going to go out there and play like a first-round lottery pick. And that's what Obi Toppin has done since he was inserted into the starting lineup. I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. The fans love him. He's a fan favorite. Julius Randle gets booed, and whenever Obi Toppin's on the bench, you hear, Obi Toppin. The fans love him. He's a fan favorite, and when he gets out into the open break, he's a highlight waiting to happen. What do you think about this one? I think this is a real interesting thing that we've talked about on the channel, and Knicks Twitter is all over. So get in the comments, be vocal. Do you want the Knicks to trade Julius Randle so they can start Obi Toppin next year? Get down in the comments, let me know. Type Y for yes, or you can go down. If you want to keep Julius Randle, that's fine. We can talk about it. Go down and type N for no. Where I stand on this, you have to trade Julius Randle. And not just so Obi Toppin can play, but so Obi Toppin can reach the ceiling of the player that he's supposed to be. I mean, when Obi Toppin has played more than 20 minutes per game this season and just 17 games, I mean, when I say that out loud, it almost makes my stomach hurt. The fact that Obi Toppin has only played 17 games this season with more than 20 points, but he's produced when he has 15 points, 6 rebounds, shooting almost 60% from the floor, and a solid 33.3% from the three-point arc. That's the one area that Obi Toppin has to get better at. He doesn't have to be a Steph Curry from 3. He doesn't have to be a Manuel Quickly. He doesn't have to shoot 40%. But if he could be a 33 to 35% three-point shooter, spot up in the corner, draw some attention from defenses, and stretch him out, this is someone that could potentially be an all-star in the NBA. I hope Obi continues to get minutes as the NBA season goes on, and I would love to see him as more of a focal point for the New York Knicks for the long term. I appreciate everyone that's made New York Knicks Now a part of their day today, but we got to talk about Kevin Durant. Do you hate him? I absolutely do. I can't stand the guy. He consistently mocks the Knicks. He turned us down in free agency, and he said it's a Knicks versus Nets rivalry. And I'll let you know right now, Katie, there's no such thing as a New York Knicks and a Brooklyn Nets rivalry. You got to have fans. And the Brooklyn Nets, they don't have a fan base. So if you hate Kevin Durant, go down in the comments and type FKD. Everybody that does this, I will give you a shout out on the next New York Knicks video now. So make sure you're subscribed, stay locked in, and we're trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the NBA season. We're trying to get there so when NBA free agency is here and the NBA draft is here, we can get you guys as much content as possible. So go down right now, join the fam, and hit that big red button.